All right. Got C1x Road to Launch, day 2. I did 2 videos yesterday. We got quite a bit done. We were updating the version history file I created during the stream. This is everything that we got done yesterday. I ended up doing a second stream because I also yesterday went and played my first actual disc golf round using C1x and noticed some issues that needed to be fixed. And one of the issues was bad enough it was related to the round score on this view just being displayed totally wrong. Had to fix that. So the goal today, instead of just blasting through a bunch of new features and design changes, is to just get the app to the point where it's ready for me to push out another update. Mostly because I don't want testers to be using the version where scoring doesn't work. Scoring doesn't work as in you score the rounds just fine, but your score here gets messed up. Don't want that to be the case. So we're going to just try and get the round to a point where that's already been fixed, but where the app looks somewhat decent. I'm going to try and get rid of this overflow error. As you can see, I cheated a little bit and worked for about 5 minutes off camera last night. My girlfriend took one look at the original color scheme, which was the orange and green, and said that that looked disgusting. So we spent a few minutes changing that. I'm on orange and purple right now. I kind of like the gradient look. Certainly not a promise that that's going to stay. It's unlikely that it would stay through the actual launch of C1x, but it's better than a white screen right now. I don't mind it. But I've got to deal with this first. Got to deal with this. And the real issue is going to be not only how to make this fit better, but also what do I do if there's more than 18 holes? Because if it's a 27-hole course, I'm adding a whole nother row of this down below it. This is drastically overflowing on the screen. It's just not good. So we're going to start. It's an issue that I think has a lot of different possible solutions, and something that I have done pretty frequently in past videos and streams is we're just going to dump it into ChatGPT and let it take care of a lot of the workload for brainstorming over for us. And see if we can maybe incorporate some of those ideas. So let me find, here we go, expanded. So now I've got to go down to where I see expanded again. This might be too much code. Probably is. Way too much code. I also don't know if I'm in the right spot here. So I think I want this actually. I can just give it the rough layout here. This is our structure for, let's do this in chat. Pull this over. Make sure I'm actually recording. Looks like we are. All right, so below is a structure I'm using in my app to display a set of content within a single screen area in my disc golf stats app. Everything, this works well for most content, but I'm running into a couple of issues. First, what I'm currently, I don't know why I capitalized what, displaying inside the final column widget doesn't quite fit, overflows by 20 pixels on a smaller phone screen. A larger issue is that a part of the column widget is a scorecard with whole numbers, pars, distances and user hole scores. This looks great and mostly fits for an 18-hole course, but gets blown way out of frame if the course has more than 18 holes, meaning it requires more than 2 rows of 9 holes in each row. The goal is to create a screen which provides a round summary and is easily shareable by the user on social media. My thought is that if the user has to scroll to get a full screen, I can't easily let them take a screenshot and provide a graphic which gives a complete round summary. Give me some ideas for how I could overcome these issues while still displaying crucial round information and accommodating courses with 27 or even 36 holes. All right, let's see what the thought process is here. Yep, agreed on that. Okay. Use a custom paint or repaint. I don't know what custom painter is. Let's see. Custom painter. Okay. Throw that one in the back pocket for now. Break the scorecard into pages or separates. So I thought it's suggesting splitting it into pages or screens. I'm wondering if I can create this as a horizontal scroll view. And if there's more than 18 holes, if there's 27 or 36, the user could just drag left here and just this section would swipe over to show the additional holes. I like that idea, and that addresses that issue. I still have the issue of stuff not quite fitting. Auto scale out with adaptive font. Generate and share a full view as a P. So let's start here. I don't understand custom painter or repaint boundary. What are these? Let it give me an explanation of these first. Let you draw directly on the screen using Huh. That's useful. That's very useful. Okay, so definitely got to keep the repaint boundary in mind. I don't think I want to do this. I think the custom painter is quite a bit more complex than the app requires. So I'm going to stick with my scrolling left and right here now for that's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Can you do that on all views? Is that just a Flutter thing? Yeah. Huh, okay. I still have the issue of it not fitting. That one I do need to account for. But I really don't have a lot of empty space here. I would like to somehow shrink this up above. So maybe we drop that in. So, all right, I've come up with the approach I'd like to use to account for the 20 pixel overflow on the bottom. I'd like to shrink the existing padding at the top of my page, which is created using this structure below. How can I compress these items together? And then we're going to come up here. So it's a widget build context. And then below that, we are returning stateful builder, container, safe area center, column, row. I'm going to copy the whole row because I think I can. Can I go this far down? Is that too much? Let's try it. See if it's too much code. Nope, we're good. Nice. Vertical space is added by center. All right, change main axis alignment on the top level column. Replace that with start. Okay. So that is up here. I don't think that added any space. Still the same size. Okay, next. So first, changing axis alignment in step 1 did not move any additional space. Wrap both rows in a padding with a smaller vertical value, rather than wrapping them in a center. What happens if I remove that widget entirely? Nothing. Let's wrap this in a padding and set it to 0. See if that does anything. No. I removed the center widget and wrapped both rows in a padding widget with a value of 0. And these also did not remove any additional space. icon button size and padding. Okay, let's add this. Still the same thing. Let's do just a full reset here and make sure that that's not gonna change. Nope. Okay, so I set those equal to 0. That didn't do anything. I set icon button padding to 0, and this had no effect. I don't really want to make them smaller. Like they're already pretty small. Shrink auto size text. Like it's just this space right here. That doesn't help. Auto size text. Font size 30, min font size 25. I think that needs to be roughly that size. The biggest gap exists. Let's make this a new line. Biggest gap exists between the auto size text widget and the row above with the 2 icon buttons and date. I don't think this is going to do anything. Look like maybe it tried to give me a little space, but the value didn't update at all. Row, main axis alignment center. That's smaller. Text is 30. If I make it 25, that strangely doesn't do anything. Huh. Strangely, I reduced the font size. Text, it got smaller, but the overflow stayed exactly the same. Alright, I mean, we can try it. See if this does anything. Set a fixed height. 3.5, it does look like it got smaller. If I comment this out, it gets much bigger. Okay. I like that. Icon button padding constraints. The sized box fix helps, but this row is not what's causing the issue. The top row with the to icon, buttons, and dates has a substantial gap between it and the row in question with the auto size text. And nothing that we are doing to the second row is affecting this gap. So that helps on the column that says start. There's no spacing above it. That didn't do anything. I did remove center entirely. All right, I'll try that. Nope. First row in a sized box, all right. Yeah. I definitely fixed the issue. Cross-axis alignment center. 35. Maybe it's all a moot point. Like, this is a nice screenshot, but those are not the dimensions of an Instagram post, obviously. That's a whole nother issue. Like, I wonder, I guess I can try this on my phone, because I have C1x downloaded. Like, if I take a screenshot of this and then try to take it to, say, Instagram. Yeah, it is a little bit clipped. All right, here's what we're gonna do. So technically, I fixed that issue. I'm gonna add a note in here under my to add later. Make round display view more suited for social media posts. Full screen height doesn't fit on an Instagram post. Okay. I did at least fix the overflow issue, so we shouldn't have to deal with that. And then the other thing we wanted to do was make this scroll instead. So Let me go find my for loop. All right, let's say, all right, issue fixed to account for 27 plus whole courses. I'd like to display the first 18 holes as they are currently copied. We'll say shown below. And if there are more than 18, I want the first 18 to be set within a horizontal scroll view that can swiped right or swiped left to show the other holes. And that is shown down here for each set of 9 number of rows. Yeah. All right, so 4 set of 9. Container. This is all within a column. I don't think this is quite right. So if there are 18 holes or less, there should be 2 rows of 9 holes each shown on the view that can't be scrolled. My current code accomplishes this. If there are more than 18 holes, the display of the first 18 holes doesn't change. They just need to be wrapped in a horizontal scroll view. The user can swipe to see the other holes, i.e. they will see the first 18 holes when the page loads. If they swipe all the way to the left, the last 18 holes on a 36-hole course would replace where the first 18 holes are shown. Once that, yes. Build your scorecard using page view. Instead of creating separate widgets, I want this to be incorporated within my existing for loop in code. Is that possible? So up here, set of 9 is less than 9 number of rows plus 1. Okay. If 9 number of rows, so there's 18 holes, this has provided 2. Yes. If it's 19, provides 3, it goes to 2. Is greater than 1. Alright, I can do this. This for loop goes here. I mean, I see now why it has I see. Set of 9. Okay. R's. Says list int whole scores int round index. Paste that, copy and paste that. Come on. Well, there's actually an error, it's just freezing on me. It's just being slow. Undefined name, round index. No, it's defined right there. What are you talking about? Like if I take this off, what's the error? It is still giving me that error. Why? Because of this? No. One too many there. There we go. Okay. And it seems like maybe that's gonna work as intended. So then I can come up to here. Where's it at? Up here. Here we go. Score view, yep, we did that. Render normally. For if it's less than 2, if it's not greater than 1. So 9 is less than 9 number of rows. 9 number of rows plus 1. Tab these out. Build whole score summary. There we go. Perfect. If it is, we're going to wrap it in this page view. I don't have a height for the estimated height for 2 score rows. This needs to fit just like it does in the first if statement when we don't set a height. The other rows are already fitting. Okay, maybe I don't need to add this comment. Is this gonna work? I don't know. We can test it first with 18 holes. Seems good. Let's add a course. I'm gonna call it 36. Confirm course. Start around on it. Did not like that. I copied your code and get these errors. All right, we'll wrap it in and expand it. Let's reset. Huh? Why? I guess because it doesn't have distances. I was like, why does this fit so much better? Doesn't have all the holes though. Zero, 1, 2. I don't think I need either of these. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The heck is this? Oh. Do I need a +1 there? Is that what my issue is? Yeah. All right, this spacing is another unique issue. All right, so this code all shows as expected, except for the fact that there is a huge space between the score cards we just created and the circular progress indicators. For a course without distances, which exist in my app, there is more room and the graphics need to expand to take up this, not stay scrunched. Good board. Scrunched together with lots of empty space. It's already happening. No, not setting a height because, as I just stated, some courses don't have distances and this changes it. It could also change based on the phone screen size. It's already wrapped in a single child scroll view, isn't it? Yeah. The whole view, including the widgets in question, are already wrapped in a single child scroll view. hate it. So this is working now. It's scrolling. I'm accounting for more than 18 holes, but I'm trying to get rid of this space because these don't need to be scrunched together here. That's ultimately what I'm getting at. But if I, like, let's say I delete this, and we go back to that example round, then they kind of need to be scrunched together so that they'll fit. But that's not happening. The widget being wrapped in and expanded causes it to take. Had a thought. All right, so that doesn't change anything here. Let's go back to 36. Haha, got it. Now they're spaced out. Are there any other scroll physics options? Just to see what those are. Bouncing, clamping. Let's try that. Let's try the clamping. Yeah, I don't like that. We'll stick with that one for now. Okay. I think that's good. These are still not quite right. Because they're showing 0%, but I didn't attempt one. If attempts are 0, those need to be 0. Before I forget, fixed overflow issues on round display view and accounted for with more than 18 holes. All right, graphics. So if it's greater than 0 or the label is not, I need to pass. Somehow I need to get attempts onto this. when I call these color size, label size, percentage, where's it at? Size here, int attempts. This dot attempts is equal to 0. Attempts, circular percentages. So I need to return display calculations. Calculate bar percentages, calculate circular percentages, calculate attempts numbers. List double. Calculate num of attempts. Probably just take all of these. I'll get rid of them as I don't need them. List int bar attempts is equal to zero, 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 zero. Return attempts. Give me this code. All right. Total C1x putting, total scrambles, fairway hits 0, C1 regulation 0. Putting attempts equals 0. Total C2 putting attempts equals 0. Total scramble attempts equals 0. Fairway hit attempts. And then we're going to set all these equal to 1 so that they're never 0. And we'll never get the NA. Nope, don't do that. Stop. C1 and reg attempts. C2 and reg attempts. I don't need number of holes. All right, so for each hole, I don't have to do anything with these. Fairway hits, C1, C2, and regulation are gone. Oh, hold on. I do need the hole info though. So I gotta run through each hole. All right, temp array is equal to 0, 0, C1x putting, shot data. Total C1x putting attempts. Attempts is equal to the second one. Yes. Okay. Temp array is equal to C2 putting. Total C2 putting attempts plus equal to temp array 1. That's what I want. Scramble attempts should then be the same thing. Total scramble attempts there equal to 1. Get rid of that. Make sure I was calculating those the same way down here. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, perfect. So those should be good. And let's just return these like I am down below. So we're going to get rid of this. Return. All right, and the order is C1 in regulation. X total C1x putting attempts. And then we go C1 in reg, C2 in reg, C1 in reg attempts, C2 in reg attempts, C2, total C2 putting attempts. It's missing a T there. And then we go fairway hits and scrambles. Fairway hit attempts and scramble, total scramble attempts. That's what we're going to return. Calculate number of attempts. All right, and then so down here, up above where we do this, we're going to go var attempts. We'll go stat attempts is equal to calculate number of attempts. Did I actually need all of those? I need shot data. I need pars. I do need user hole scores. Okay, so I need all three of them. So I should be able to just take this, copy and paste right here. And then down here, we're going to use stat attempts. Stat attempts call +3 times row. Okay, and then on our graphics, now that I have the attempts number, we can make that required. We can say required this attempts. Set it's down here. Now instead of this, if the percentage is greater than 0 or attempts is greater than 0, then we're going to show the percentage. Meaning that hopefully when I reload this round, we get NAs here, because attempts should be 0. Yeah, perfect. It's going to reset. I'll go back into it just to, oh, I didn't like something. Bad state. I don't even know what that means. Doesn't seem like it knows what it means. Oh. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So I think these are good. I sure think. Let's actually, this is probably going to take forever, so sorry about that, but I would like to, why isn't it stopping? Clearly is stopping. Okay, this is silly. Everything is saved, so we're just going to close this out because that was getting a little ridiculous. We're going to quit it. I'm going to give it a sec, and then we'll relaunch it. Are we good now? Device is loading. And we're going to run it on the 16 Pro just to make sure it looks nice. That's really the only goal here. We'll go minimize that one. We'll throw this over here. Let's click run. And then we are going to update some colors again. So I think the last thing I want to do, holy cow, I'm losing it. I was just updating graphics. I think I've already listed that as an item here. Impacting calculations. And display of that. Now completed instead of navigating their own display view, fixed overflow. Okay. Good enough. So I'm going to, I think, stick with that initial gradient that I had on the main menu, the orange and purple. I'm going to try and implement that on the round display view, and then we might call it. You might say that that's good for today. Sorry, I got to respond to something. So once that loads, we'll get the new gradient put on the round display view. At that point, I'm probably going to just push this to a new app update. I'll do that on video. The goal being that I'll send out an email tomorrow for the update. I'm also going to try and film a tutorial video using the app tomorrow. So hopefully I can do that in this new version where the score is actually going to work. That'd be a little embarrassing to do that in a tutorial video and have the score not work. But yeah, that went a little bit faster than it did previously. All right, so the spacing here still looks fine. I'm not getting any scroll. Let's go test real quick the 36 hole here. Just out of curiosity, we'll do it at 35 just in case that causes any weird issues. Let's do our throw in. Let's throw a, we'll go circle 2 basket, and then let's do some throw-ins. Finish round. All right, the spacing is there. We're not showing distances. So this is what it's going to look like for people on a larger phone right now. That's not bad. It is not bad. A start. We'll call it a start. All right, so I'm going to try and take this gradient. We're going to move it over to that view. I created some of these purples off stream last night, but we did kind of build out this view to let me easily change things, which will be nice. So on this view, I do already have a lot of purple. Let's just get the background there first. Page background colors. This can still be main orange. Let's just copy the lighter purple. I can go darker purple as needed. Yeah, it's gonna make me reset. Not showing the most recent first. Noted. Okay. Main menu is not showing the most recent rounds first. I know I already had a comment in the last stream about doing that by round ID instead. Alright, so here, let's say we make it darker purple. Let's do text colors as black. Progress circle color. Am I using that anywhere? No, I didn't think so. Circular progress color, let's make this orange. Colors, main orange. That text color is going to be black. The score here, I also need to account for the fact that there's not always going to be this much purple. I do need that to be way darker. Way, way darker. Oh, I didn't. I set it on the wrong one. Darker purple. And that needs to be main purple. So is this one darker then? It is much darker. Okay. Darker purple 30. So I might be changing some of those things back then. Okay, better. Main purple, darker purple. Maybe we stick with main then, and I just keep the things as black. That's orange. I kind of want to see, the example round is a good indicator of how most people will actually see whole score colors. I've been just acing everything just to speed up through the scoring. Didn't I already delete 36? There we go. There's still a little bit of purple there, but all right, let's try this. Instead of the colors I have below, I need you to take the orange and purple and make them very gray. I want a subtle gradient from a very subtle orange to a very subtle purple. Needs to be mostly light gray though. Not white, but close-ish. Maybe that's a helpful description. Let's try it. See what that looks like. A little bit too subtle. thought I was gonna like that. I don't think I actually do. I don't think I actually do. I want to stick with a gradient for the app, but I don't like anything I've used so far. I'm open to color options and even using gradients with more than 2 colors. Can you give me some ideas? Let's try that. Oh, so I just add. That's okay. Noted. That's nice. So if I go to my style presets and on page backgrounds, we go static bar main menu third. And I wanted to try the earth tones, which I already did. Okay. Gradient start, gradient middle, gradient end. I don't hate that. That's not bad. It's like this is white, this is the gradient. What does that one do? Did it actually update? Oh no, I need to reset. Here we go. Yeah. I don't think I like that one quite as much. I like the earthy tones option, but it's a bit too unnoticeable. Try that. Nope. Gotta reload here. Yeah, I don't hate that. I like just the very neutral coloring of it. That would make colors popping on this pretty easily. I can make it darker. I think I'm gonna roll with that right now. That's sage gray, white, olive, sage, earthy, green, gray. All right, so then we'll copy these here, here, here. Instead of those names, actually, let's go main sage gray, main, olive, sage, main, green, gray. All right, now these are working great. Now I need the same 3 colors, but 30% darker for use with some lighter graphics. And then these are the ones that I want to use on the round display view. Try that. Okay. Then we'll go round display third is equal to, these don't matter, but we'll grab these, dark sage. Eventually I'll go delete some of these colors that I'm not using, but keep them around for right now just in case. All right, so now let's reset. So the main menu is going to stay the same. And then this one is going to be also very similar, but darker. Let's say, what about just 15% darker? Maybe that's a bit better. This is silly. 50% darker. Here. And then I just need to add 15s onto these. And they'll match those new colors. Let's do a reset. And then we'll go try it again, just because that's like a little too for the post. I think this is better. I could just keep it as the same color. Like that's, I mean, that's totally an option. I did add the darker backgrounds behind the whole scores, and I could make them even darker. Meaning these containers. Kind of think I'm leaning towards this. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this then. On round display, that container. So this shaded box, that is, and I built that actually down here. This container. Okay, so round display colors, static var whole info container color equals thinking. Color. Maybe we make this 0.3. Let's make the text white. Make all this white. Making this darker. Circular progress color. I don't love that. All right, so now I need a nice vibrant color which complements the three main ones you gave. Let's see what this looks like. It is very, very orange. I don't think I want it to be orange though, just because I'm gonna have orange on here. I think I want something that is still on the green, gray, brown color range. Do I want a brown? I don't think I want a brown. This might be better. Let's try this for here. I guess I'll leave that as black for right now. Probably not gonna hurt anything. Round score color. Instead of the more vibrant green, I think I want that to be this main sage gray, so it kind of blends in. Header text, I want to stay black. All right, so let's do a reset there and see how all of those changes look. I like that better. I think that's going to need to be substantially darker if this is the direction I'm going to go. So let's try that. White text is obviously not working there, so those need to be different. Static var circular progress label color black, because previously I had the labels and the whole information tied to the same one, so we got to go update that real quick. Wherever it's at, here we go. Label color is fine. It must be on the not this one, the round display graphics. Yeah, here we go. All right. Background color is good. This one, circular progress labels color. And then there's one more, round displays text color. Should be the same. That should be the same. All right, let's do a reset one more time. Okay, and now that's not getting any darker. Is it? Am I crazy? It didn't seem like it's getting any darker to me. Whole info container color. Did I update it? Round display. No, I did not update it. All right, round display colors, whole info container color. Round display colors dot whole info container color. Yeah. That is definitely more what I had in mind. Cool. I mean, this looks much more professional, surely, right? I'm a fan of it. Is the 0.6, could it go even darker? Or is that where it's at? That's where it's at. I mean, I think that looks good. I think these could be a little less round, so I'm not cutting off that corner. So maybe I could do that real quick. This is pretty nitpicky, but important, I think. It's not on these. It's on on this circular. We go 25. Yeah. I wonder if I even go really small, like if that just looks, if it needs to be that rounded, you know. It definitely doesn't necessarily need to be. I think that's probably better. Maybe just a little bit more. I'll roll with that for right now. All right, I think this looks much cleaner. Let me just do one more sanity check on that longer course and make sure that I'm going to get the same result. The purple's going to look excessive, but no one's ever going to ace every hole on the course. Yeah. The spacing is silly on holes that don't have distances. I understand that, but I don't have a good solution for that one yet. I could accommodate that. I could say if there's no distances, maybe we add some additional stats down here. We'll add a subtask for that. On the round display view, if there are no distances, the visuals are very spaced out on a larger phone. Can I account for this by showing more information only when the screen size allows it? Worth it. I have a smaller phone, but for people who have bigger phones, this is a little bit more spacey than they'd probably like. I think this background looks nice though for now. Okay. That's going to be the extent of our update currently. Maybe we go also excessive, but that background is going to be really easy to add, so maybe I just go throw this over everything. Let's get rid of that image. Let's inset this, and then let me copy this decoration, and we'll go tag this onto our other views because I can. Round display calcs, graphics, round display, I don't need it. All stats will need it, which is going to go here. I'm going to have to import here. I don't have the right package, so we got to do style presets. Once I do that, it's good. This is all stats. So now if I come here, we get the same background. Looks good enough. Okay. I'll go, I guess I don't need to do that for all of them. They may not all have. I never added the other color. Shoot. All right, we got to see how this changes things. Really not at all. Like slightly, it definitely got a little bit more green at the end. I still don't dislike it though. And obviously I just didn't do that here either. let's do this. Page background colors, round display. This will be all stats. All stats. Setting it up this way so that it saves me some time down the road if I want pages to look different. And then we're going to have all rounds. All rounds. And we're going to have settings. What else? Scorecard. Scorecard. I think I missed the S on that. Let's copy this. All right, and then on all stats, we're going to all stats second. Colors dot all stats third. Okay. That is good. Main menu, I updated. All stats we just did. So let's go copy this decoration again. Let's go to the all rounds view. Do the same thing here. Get rid of this decoration. I need style presets. Style presets. And then we've got all rounds first, all rounds second, and all rounds third. Okay, so all rounds is done. Round scorecard. Yeah. Do I have style presets? I do not. Style presets. It'll say it's not used yet, but it's about to be. Copy the decoration in here. I'll get these in, we'll go do a double check, and then it'll be time to push out the new update. Scorecard second. Scorecard third. Okay, so scorecard is done. Round display, I also never updated, so we're gonna have to go double check this. All the way up. Never updated is in. I never added the third color. Like so. So let me go do a reset on these. Oh, I didn't do settings actually. Let's go do that one real quick. Where is settings down here? Copy paste. I need style presets up here. Presets. There we go. All right, settings first, settings second, settings third. All right, now let's reset. Okay. This view looks okay. What did I? Yeah, just spaces and out. That looks nice. All right, delete that round. Show me the example round. That looks much better. I do need to make sure users need option to add whole distances to the course. Need to implement that. All right, but we go back. This still looks good. Still still fine with this from them, and I still might change these colors, but we'll leave it as is for now. Settings is good. All stats is good. I'm not going to do the pro comparisons right now. Courses I need to add. All rounds looks good. All right, so let's do the courses. Add course first. Add course second. Add course third. Grab this. Let's go to the add a course view. There we go. Copy that. Style presets. Presets there. And then course, add course first, add course second, add course third. Give me a reset there. And I'm still missing a few views, but yeah, that's good. That looks great. Like preset courses, my courses, etc. But I like this. Definitely a start. Okay. So we got gradients in. Added page backgrounds and updated designs, main menu, round display. Rounds, 2 mini major views, 2 designs of main menu. Updated layouts of main menu and round display view. Okay, now I think that's a complete picture. Let me make sure I wasn't accidentally deleting any files again. Nope, those are good. Now I can hit stop. And our version 3 is done. So we're going to clean. We're going to re-get all the packages, and then we are going to push to the actual outputs. Flutter pub get. Let's pull those up. We'll see how far we can go here. I've done this enough times that I can typically do this fairly quickly. It'll take a second for the review process to happen. Obviously, that's not going to happen on video. But all right, Flutter clean, Flutter pub get. I think I already updated the version. Yep, version 3, build 3. That's what we're going to be pushing. So Flutter build. I'll do Google first. They take the app bundle format. So right now we let that run. Let's hide these. All right, on Apple, C1x. Anything that I don't want to be seen on here? I don't think so. We're not on distribution, so that's just test flight. Yeah, that's not a problem. On Google. Is test and release, close testing. This is still running. All right, I don't think there's anything on the screen that I don't want to be seen. So if there is and someone finds it, just be nice to me. All right, so this is our closed testing track on Google. We're going to create a new track. Or no, sorry, we're not going to create a new track. We're going to stick on the same alpha track. V2 is what I published at the start of the week because I was having the issue with Android, so now we're going to create a new release. Once the app bundle is done building, we'll upload it here, but we'll get this stuff in. This is 0.0.3, so I'm going to call it. I'm going to initially copy it from the previous release. V0.0.3 includes a number of bug fixes and design improvements for testers. All right, let's go back to this. This is still building. I will have to validate the Apple build on Xcode, so I'll go ahead and get that open as well. That is it for version 3 also, so we'll go ahead and drop a 0.0.4 down here to get ready for the next video. What else? What else? I'll upload this latest version to GitHub as well once I'm done doing the builds. We'll give this a sec. There we go, built. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start building the Apple one while we're doing the rest of this, which is just IPA. Now on Google, I don't need ChatGPT anymore, so we can hide that one. We're going to upload our latest bundle. It might have saved the file location. It did not. All right, I don't know if there's anything valuable in here, but I'm gonna hide the file location here when I go find it, just in case there's something, I don't know. App. This is the latest. I can show this at least. All right, so digging through a bunch of files in my app build, we go bundle, release. This is our app bundle file. You can see we just built it. Upload that. That'll go pretty quick. C1x is a pretty small app right now, no big graphics in it or anything. We'll copy this because I might want it. Leave this page while it's optimized for distribution. It shouldn't take long. I'll be able to hit next. This one still needs to run. Not quite ready for Xcode yet because that still needs to build. So we're just waiting on these things to finish right now. Let's see which one happens first so I can see them both here. All right, Google One. So new app bundle is in. We updated the notes, so we click next. These warnings are typical. No changes to devices supported. No app bundles from previous release, correct, not included. Updated the release notes. Now we save, so we've got our new release finished in Google. We'll go to the publishing overview. This is where I submit all the app changes to Google for review. Google doesn't actually review changes, which is unique to them. I'll send this one change for review. This will be the update, but even when I've actually published an app, the review takes 10 to 15 minutes for Google to finish. Apple's typically 6 or 7 hours. I think they have real people on the other end actually testing it. I get comments sometimes. Never once from Google, but sometimes that's nice. So, all right, so 0.0.3 is submitted to Google. They're reviewing it now. The Apple build is still going. So we'll finish that one up on stream or on the video. And then tomorrow an email will go out letting the whole email list know that the update is live. I'll go film the tutorial video with the new update because I'll have it on my phone by then. We should be good. So I will leave this screen initially, we'll just hide it over here because there's nothing else for us to do on that. It just Google finishes the review, and then I just click a button that says publish, and the change is live. Apple will be a slightly different story. They're a little bit longer of a process, but not bad. Just wait for this build to finish. Taking its time. Once we do this, version 0.0.3 is finished, and then we'll keep rolling through with more changes. Eventually, once this is done. Oh, almost there. Almost there. There we go. All right, so we've got the new archive. I never remember if that's the right one. Open. This one did go directly to it, which is nice. Okay. Same location as I had uploaded a previous one. So we upload it. I will validate it through Xcode for the App Store Connect publish. And then once this is good, we'll hit distribute. While that is running, we can go ahead and do our version control here. I was concerned that I was releasing my repo address in GitHub, but it's a private one, so even if you have the address, no one can access it unless I give them permission, and I haven't given anyone permission, so not actually an issue, but I was concerned briefly yesterday. All right, commit M, commit the update. Lots of files changed. All right, and then we're going to push them. Perfect. All right. So now all of our C1x progress is completely saved on Xcode. We're still validating. It's getting there though. Oh, there we go. It is validated. So now we just have to distribute to the App Store Connect. Once it's done distributing, it'll eventually pop up here. I'll probably just end the video once this goes through, because it's just me clicking a couple buttons on App Store Connect. It'll pop up here. I just link it to our testing group down here, and that's it. And then the updates are live. And sometimes it takes a little while for it, once it's done processing here, to actually show up on App Store Connect. So I won't sit around on video for that one, but we'll make sure it actually goes through. Once this is approved, there's really nothing else that can go wrong. So I say that, knock on wood. Nice and slow though. Come on. Got nothing else to do on video today. Just need this to finish. I don't think it typically takes this long. Maybe that's not a good sign. Nope. I just had to complain about it. Was there anything else? Sorted by date or suited for social media posts. That's all stuff I added. Yeah, okay. So no big feature changes, just a bunch of small stuff that I was noticing today with those overflow issues. Did I create that as a separate task? I don't recall. I did. I don't think I actually ever added a task for fixing the overflow issue, which is okay. All right, there we go, uploaded. So now it's uploaded to Apple as well. It'll eventually show up here. If I click right now, it'll probably show it as processing. If we just refresh the page, yeah. Not quite loaded in yet. It's being a little slow. Maybe my internet's slow. But yeah, so it's loading in. It'll get there eventually. And then I will distribute it to testers. So this video is probably going to go live within half an hour of me ending this recording. I'm not really editing these after the fact. They're still kind of like live streams. I'm just recording them to give myself a little bit of flexibility. But it'll be live today, which is Wednesday. I won't send the email out until tomorrow, just to not send 3 emails in 3 consecutive days. But the update should be live on both Apple and Google within an hour. Apple, maybe it'll be tomorrow morning, depending on how long their review takes. It's typically pretty quick, but don't want to make promises I don't have control over. So yeah, that's it for version 3. Got some issues taken care of today, and next video it'll be time to keep rolling with some new design changes and new features, and I feel like I've been adding more to the list the past couple days than I was removing, which is okay, but we'll keep it rolling. So that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.